Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Vortex. I'm your host, Kathleen Pitt, the quantum psychic, and I am here to talk about the quantum today. I talk about a lot of things. Today, we're talking about the quantum. I feel like you guys get two versions of me. There is the version of me that's like very grounded, very open, receiving, allowing, very much in tune with what is meant to be channeling through her. And not to say that the other version isn't me, but there's this version of me that's like slow and calm and like this esoteric wisdom guide. And I'm not in any way claiming to be wise. I'm just saying that is what is seeking to be expressed through me sometimes. And then I feel like there's a version of me that is just so crazy and so wild and funny and just off the cuff. And I don't really show that side as much. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I feel like subconsciously or on an unconscious level that I'm supposed to be this very wise leader. But that's not who you get like in my program. Like as a coach, I am a wise leader, but then I'm also kind of off the cuff and like give you it straight and get a laugh out of you too. And so I was thinking here, I was like, I need to record a podcast. I need to talk about the quantum field. I'm not feeling very like tapped into the wisdom of the ethereal realm. But I do feel called, like I do feel the channeling. I do feel the flow flowing. And I think it's just really this part of like, who gives a shit? Like we're going full send all the way in. To be yourself is to be all parts of yourself, and it's neither good nor bad. Like you can have the wisdom seeker, the gatekeeper, the esoteric beauty. And then you can also have, the person that makes you laugh over a glass of wine, the person that's your best friend in your back pocket, the one that's like will just call you out on your bullshit. And I'm weaving both. So I want to talk about the quantum field, but I'm feeling a little feisty today and just wanted to give you a little warning because if you want that wisdom, you want that channeling, you want that. It's not today. It's not me. It's not today. Today is Kathleen, unfiltered, unedited, who I am. So let's talk about the quantum field. If you're in my sphere, if you're in my vortex, you have more than likely been exposed to the quantum field or the concept of it. Joe Dispenza is a name that you probably recognize. Abraham Hicks is somebody that you notice or have heard of in some way. Maybe even when she went like viral on TikTok a couple of years ago for that audio, whatever recording. But the quantum field is this ambiguous description of energetic frequencies that exist in our 3D dimension as a 5D modality. Ugh, that sounded yucky. But it's just science, right? So we have known for a while that miracles happen. We have known that things are affected by other things. We have known that like people have known, like, oh, I'm thinking about this person, and suddenly they call me. We have known on some level that there is energy around us, working with us, and operating at some time. We have then used that knowledge and knowing to create the body of work that is self-help, mindset, motivation, frequency, all that stuff. And then when scientists discovered the quantum field, it became very clear, like, okay, well, maybe this is kind of what's going on. And the problem with the quantum field in the scientific community is that, like, how do we bridge that gap? Like, how do we prove the unprovable? And if we know that atoms will change their behavior when they're being observed, how do we, like, observe them to prove the point? It's probably one of the greatest fields of study in the quantum field and like why we use it. So that's all to say that science is on the way to proving that manifestation is real. Science is on its way of proving that everything that you believe and think is shaping and affecting your reality. Now, I'm just not going to wait for that research paper, right? Like I have channeled aliens, I've channeled Jesus, I've tapped into my programs. Like I let my programs channel through me. I call my soul clients in from the field. I became money. I became water. I became air. I'm not waiting for that research paper because I am well aware of what the work that I'm doing and how it's working for myself and how it's working for my clients. So if you want to wait for the research paper, that's cool. That's on you. I'm going to understand that some things in life are never going to be completely understood, but they are going to be understood at a soul and cellular level. We have cells in our body that carry codes, that carry frequency, that carry the atoms that have been here at the beginning of time. So if you think about like atoms in general, right? So molecules are made up of atoms, and atoms are made up of protons, electrons, and neutrons. With the nucleus, I guess, whatever. I can't remember all the parts of the atom. Don't at me, okay? But all those parts of the atoms and the atoms that are here in this universe, they have always been here. And they have always been here. They have been dinosaur bones that have died. To the earth you have come, and the earth you shall return. That turned into gas that you put in your car, that you drive, that was made out of iron or whatever steel that is made from the mine. It's like every single atom on this earth has been recycled into a new state of being, whatever state of being that is. There's a finite number of atoms. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed, and matter, like there's a finite number of atoms. We're not just creating new atoms out of nothing. That being said, your atoms contain information, they contain energy, they contain frequency. If you are a cosmic being, if you are a human and you are made up of molecules and the molecules are made up of atoms, those atoms came from somewhere, right? They came from somewhere, something. And that atom may have come from something else before that. So and if quantum is energy and you tap into the energy field and the frequency and everything of all that is and is that all, you are carrying the source code, frequency, and information of everything in the universe ever. Your atoms are just recycled to be a human right now. Have I blown your fucking mind yet? Like, take a second to let that soak in. If you need to go back and like listen to it again, listen to it again. Your atoms in your body are not brand new atoms. They are recycled pieces and parts. What are your cells made out of? They're made out of organic matter, carbon. They are, where do we get that? How does our skin cells regenerate? How does our liver regenerate? From nutrition, from vitamins, from micro minerals, macros, protein, carbs, fats. Where do we get that? We get that from food. It's just like this beautiful regenerative process that is happening all the time on a cellular level. So when you feel called to that future version of you, when you feel called to a timeline, when you feel called to eat a certain food or sing a certain song or transmit light language and frequency and source information, when you feel called to channel a program and know who it's going to help and the words that flow out of your mouth, that is not just coincidence or chance. It is the quantum field. It is your atoms carrying that information into this dimension. Now, this is the stuff that gets me kicked out of dinner parties because this is all I want to talk about. This is everything I want to talk about all the time. I'm human. I'm a person. When I started my business and I didn't have a lot of clients and I wasn't having traction, I would literally be like, oh, well, maybe I should just go and get like another job, or like maybe I should maybe be more stable. Maybe I should do this. Maybe I should that. Maybe I should budget or like eat beans and it's like, no, no, because what would I do? I would be in my office and I'd be looking at this patient in front of me, or I'd be at a dinner party that didn't fill my cup, or be around people that didn't fill my soul. And I would just be like, please ask me about the quantum field. Please ask me about limitless existence. Please ask me about creating magic and miracles. Please, I can't. I want to talk about this so bad. This is all I ever want. And so now, obviously I don't do that. And I've surrounded myself with people who are okay with hearing me go on this tangent, and never stop talking about it because I'll never stop talking about it. But this is the key. Like, this is unlocking your potential. Your potential exists in the quantum field. It exists right now because everything exists right now. Your atoms exist right now. They've always existed. They're going to keep existing in different forms and variations. You are the vessel that gets to channel the energy and anchor it in. So, why does this matter? What timeline are you choosing? This podcast is about creating your vortex, creating your energy, creating that field and that aura that's going to ripple out to the world. Your energy is your currency. You are not creating money. You're not earning money. It doesn't mean anything about your worth. Your energy is your currency. You are air. You are money. You are water. You are fire. You are earth. You are everything. You are the universe. You are all source code, frequency, and information right now. So, what timeline are you choosing? Your atoms know the answer. Your physical three-dimension atoms know the answer. And they have ancient knowledge locked in them. They know about what it's like to be a tree. They know what it's like to be a dinosaur. They know what it's like to be in a spaceship. They know what it's like to be a star. That's why you feel connected to the stars. That's why you feel connected to people and things and trees and putting your hands in dirt. That's why you know what your body needs to eat, to drink. When you regulate that nervous system and open yourself up to allow and receive, that's how you know. This is your psychic ability. This is your intuition working with you, talking to you, leading you to your next step that is yours to have. So, why, if all of that is true and everything's talking to each other all the time and limitless possibilities and potentialities exist in the quantum field, why hasn't it happened yet? Take it just a second, okay? Take a second, take a moment, take a couple of sit and think about your dream life. And I don't want you to pussyfoot around this. I want you to be really crystal clear. What do you want? What do you want? Like that scene from the notebook. Like, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want from your life? When you see pictures that inspire you, when you see someone's like spring break pics, when you see someone's body, or Nike and Skims just dropped this new line of athleisure, athletic wear, whatever you want to call it. Love, can't wait to buy that. When you see that and you think like, oh, that would be nice to have someday. Oh, that would be nice to do one day. And you know this information because I think in some people who listen to this, they know that they know that they know that they know. And then there's some people that listen to this that it's an introduction and they're just so happy that someone else like believes this and sees this and can resonate with them. But if you pause for a minute and listen to your soul, your heart, sometimes I feel like your soul's like right here, probably like in between like your solar plexus and your heart, like right there. What does your body know? What are your atoms telling you, leading you towards? They're ancient. They have wisdom. They know that they know that they know. So, what do you know about what's meant for you, about what's calling you, about your purpose in this world? What do you know about the life that you're meant to lead? Be honest. Take a minute, write it down. What is the vision that's calling you? Because if there is a vision that's calling, if you're listening to this, there's the vision that's calling you. You're already in the vortex of belief that there's something out there that's more for you, that's calling you, that the energy is drawing you towards. You already are there, right? So, what is it that's calling you? And if you don't know what you're meant to do in this world, or the program that's seeking to be expressed through you, or the influence that you're meant to have with people in this world, if you don't know that yet, what do you know about the life that you're meant to live? Is it meant to be difficult? Are you meant to be struggling? Are you supposed to be sad? Are you meant to feel not worthy? No, you know that. You know that. On some level, you know that there's more out there for you, that there's better out there for you, and it's calling you and it's talking to you. And in listening to this is a sign from future you to listen, to straighten up, get clear. What's that life look like? That vision. How beautiful is it? How happy do you feel? How joyful do you feel? How abundant do you feel? How abundant is your bank account? How abundant is your refrigerator? How abundant is the life that you get to lead? And it's just bursting with joy. Your home is bursting with joy. Your partnerships are bursting with joy. Your business is bursting with clients and money, success and fame, and all those beautiful things that you know are yours, that you know that you know that you know that in your soul. You're listening to this. I'm just like hitting my chest right now. That you know. Because on some level, you do know. You do know that it's done. You do know that it's meant for you. And you do know that it's calling you now. So if quantum field exists and limitless possibilities and potentialities are there. And our atoms contain ancient knowledge, frequency, source code, and information from the past and the future. And they're talking to us right now. And your soul knows exactly what it wants when you're honest with yourself and you let down everybody's perception of what it's supposed to be like. When you let down the beliefs that have been stored in your subconscious of what your life is meant to be, who you're meant to impress, or I'm trying to like think of the words to say, basically like keeping your family happy, right? Like, what are you doing and upholding right now that does not support your vision and your soul, but it upholds people's perception of what it means to be safe or happy or healthy? Because when you give that to someone, when you unconsciously or consciously say, I would like this, I'd like to chase my dream, I'd like to be this person that I really, really feel like I can be, but I don't have enough money. But people would really judge me for that. But I don't think it's right for me right now. I don't have time. I don't have resources. You are giving your power away to a different timeline, to a different frequency, to a different potentiality. And the universe doesn't see either of it as right or wrong. It wants to give you what you desire. It wants to give you exactly what you want. But until you are crystal clear on exactly what you want and exactly what timeline you're choosing and exactly how you want it to show up for you, and until you are crystal clear that you know that it's done, that there's nothing stopping you, not your fear of failure, not your fear of success, not your fear of visibility, not your fear of other people's perception of you, fear of money, fear of time, fear of fear in general. Until you get crystal clear on what you desire and release all of that, all the universe is going to do is reflect back what you're choosing. I think that's like the most uncomfortable thing for people. And it is, I mean, it is uncomfortable. It's about taking radical responsibility for your life. It's about choosing to do differently what you have been doing for so long before. It's about saying, I'm aware that I'm choosing this on some level. Consciously or unconsciously, I'm aware that my life is mirroring back to me my internal beliefs about my worth, my ability, my happiness, what I can expect from this life. Your soul desires will not change. Your soul knows exactly what it's here for. It knows why it's here. It knows what it's doing here. It knows the timeline that it's chosen. It just knows what it's doing here. So when that is not reflected back to you and you feel like this life is not matching your soul desire, I hate to break it to you, but your soul will keep its truth. Your soul calling will keep calling you. It will not leave you alone. It will not stop. That's why you came to this world. You're not delulu, you're not crazy, you're not psycho, you're not schizo, you're not any of those things. You have a soul mission and purpose that you are meant to accomplish in this world. That's why you were born in this body with the atoms that you have, with the information that you have access to across time and space. That's why you were born in the family that you were born in, and the time that you were born in, and the place that you were born in, and you've gone through the things you've gone through. I say this all the time. Your soul calling will not stop calling you. Your soul knows exactly what it wants. You, on some level, know exactly what you want. But you allow and you give and you place leniency and you cut that boundary and cut corners and say, well, I just want to make them feel safe and I want to make them feel good and I don't want to feel that and I don't want to feel that. I don't want to feel that. And all those things that you're avoiding, all those people that you're keeping happy, all those parts and pieces of you that you're really kind of shoving in a box away so that nobody has to see you or has to see that part of you. It's not serving you. And really, it's not serving the person that you're protecting. It's not serving the people that you're protecting in some way. It's not serving your soul. Infinite possibilities, timelines, and potentialities exist in the quantum field. Your atoms are recycled. They carry source code frequency and information in them right now. It's simply an energy. It's simply a cellular embodiment. So you get to choose. You get to choose your timeline. You get to choose who gets to be happy, you or someone else. I don't know why that keeps coming up. So somebody must be listening to this. Again, like back to that channeling wisdom, fun versus not. I don't know. It doesn't matter. So I'm channeling. So somebody is listening to this that is being safe or being put in a box for the sake of someone else's comfort. And I think it's just time for you to ask yourself and look in the mirror and say, who is this serving? Because it's not serving me. And the truth is it's not serving them. Because when you live in alignment with your truth, with your soul, with your desire and timeline that's calling you, that's the least offensive you can be. That's true alignment. That's true purpose. That's true frequency. And if you being in alignment and you being in your truth makes someone else uncomfortable, guess what? That's something they need to face. That's their soul telling them, ooh, it makes me uncomfortable. Why? And it's an opportunity for them to take ownership. You get to choose your life. You get to choose your energy. You get to choose your frequency and timeline. And again, back to that radical honesty, that real ownership, that the life that I'm living is a collection and accumulation of the choices that I've made up into this point, reflecting back to me. It's my responsibility. I chose this. So if you chose this and it's showing up to you and it's reflecting back to you, what are you going to choose now? What's the timeline you're choosing? What's the vision that you had at the beginning of this podcast? How are they showing up? How are they making breakfast? How are they talking to their spouse or partner? How are they living their life with their coworkers? How are they expressing themselves? How are they living their life? Knowing that when you live in alignment with your soul's truth, the universe has nothing left to do but to mirror it back to you, to mirror that alignment, that money, that wealth. I'm hearing like money, wealth, fame, money, wealth, fame, money, wealth, fame. It has no choice but to mirror it back to you because that is simply the law of the universe. The universe doesn't look at right or wrong, doesn't look at good or bad. It wants what you want. So, what do you want and what are you broadcasting to the world? What is your energy doing? What is the shift that you're making? I feel like this could be like a module in itself in Super Creator, but that is my program, a 6-month quantum leap program. And one of the things we get really clear on is what is your vision? What is calling you? What is she doing? What does she look like? What does she walk like? What does she talk like? What does she dress like? What is she doing? And if you can't do that, if you see that in your mind and it feels so good and it feels so at home and you feel so complete and so whole and so full, but yet you cannot take the step forward in your life, why? And that question, the why, is what I mean, it takes 6 months, right? It's like what we uncover. It takes 6 months to rewire that subconscious, to upgrade your hardware, to step into that version of you that's not afraid of being seen, that's not afraid of being heard, that's not afraid of being paid well, that's not afraid of abundance. And you can tell me all day long, like, Kathleen, I'm not afraid of abundance. I'm not afraid of money. I want money. I desire money. I need money. But I know on some level, like you want what you have. And that's okay. There's no judgment. It just is. And it's coming up from your unconscious awareness to your conscious awareness so that you can shift it, so that you can choose the timeline that you desire, the frequency that you desire. The atoms are speaking to you. The energy is speaking to you. Everything's happening right now. So, what are you choosing? How are you showing up? And how are you going to own your worth, own your life, and own your power? If you haven't yet, grab my Quantum Leap mini freebie. It's free and it's got a couple modules. I think it's like 5 modules. So, 5 modules, and one of them is a light language wealth activation. Light language is that energy of the quantum field or that language of the quantum field. And I tell a lot of people all the time, well, what is it? Somebody asked me the other day, what is that? And, people call it speaking in tongues or the Holy Spirit or light language or starseed, whatever you want to call it. I know that it's frequency and information that's being transmitted to physical sound. And when it comes through me as the vessel, channel, and conduit to the people that I'm speaking to, my soul clients, and those who are meant to hear it, it activates those parts of your DNA. It activates those codes within your atoms. It activates that quantum piece of you that is ready and waiting, like almost like ready to like jump out of your skin. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready to be paid. I'm ready to be seen. I'm ready to be heard. So I love light language. That's kind of how I got started on my journey. And I love offering that to anybody who wants to listen. So please download that. I'll link that in the show notes below. And then, of course, my program, Super Creator, it's a 6 month quantum leap, quantum manifestation, activating your psychic gifts, working with your intuition, allowing yourself to be the creator of your reality and becoming one with the universe that you've always been, because you are. You're the universe. You're everything. Everything, past, present, and future. So go ahead and grab that. And yeah, if you have any questions, I'm the Quantum Psychic, Kathleen Pitt. I'm across all platforms, all channels. I'll link them all below. But lots of love, and get to manifesting, get to choosing, choose your timeline, stop making people feel comfortable, be big, be bold, be brave, start showing up in the world and watch that ripple effect take place. You may not even know who that ripple goes to. I know you don't know. I know that there are going to be people that are affected by your power and change and brilliance that you'll never meet in your lifetime, but you are that powerful. You are that impactful. So be the impact, be that power, be the person that you know that it's already done, and watch your world shift, watch it drop in. And as Joe Dispenza says, it will seem like it came out of nowhere because you created it in nowhere. Mwah, lots of love.